Probably watching this because you're 18, never been in a relationship, freaking out over it, right? I want to let you know that you're not alone. But I think for me, what I found is the reason why, at least from in my perspective, is I never even wanted to be in a relationship. Yeah, I always told myself, like, I was waiting for college and I was waiting for all these different things. And I thought that by the time that I was done waiting for those things, that I would still want to be in a relationship, or something would change in me, that I would finally find this newfound wisdom and be ready to take that chapter in my life. But what I've realized is that I am nowhere ready to be someone's girlfriend. And I want to be a girlfriend, but I don't even want, not that I don't want to be a girlfriend, but not right now. I need to focus on me. I've been running away from myself for a very long time, and I know that some people also struggle with that. So this is directed towards you. Again, if you're 18, never been in a relationship, I'm going to give you some reasons why I think that you haven't, and also talk about my experience. But I just want to say that I, for so long, was seeking validation from the world and putting all these societal pressures on myself. It got to the point where I was like, let me just do the deed with someone real quick. Like, let me just make out with someone. Let me just kiss someone at some random party that I'd never been invited to, because I didn't really have friends in high school. That's another conversation for another day. But I tried everything. I was like, let me just make out with someone, because I just feel so much pressure to just give it up. And I think, I'm not saying that it's hard to be a virgin, as a teenage virgin, as a guy, because I'm sure it's very hard, especially with pressure from their peers and the culture. Like, boy friendships are always based on things like that, especially when they become teenagers. So I can't even imagine on the boy side of things. But I feel like as a girl, there's a certain standard. There's only like a certain amount of leniency for a girl before it becomes, oh, you're a prude, or you're just, why are you holding out this long? And I think that kind of expires the end of high school. Like, if you're still a virgin or 18 years old, never been in a relationship, never done the deed, people are like, huh? Like, they turn their heads like, why are you still, or on the other spectrum of things, they like to make fun of you for it. Like, oh, you're not gonna understand. As if you weren't in my predicament only 2 years later and you still understood enough to do it yourself and get it done with. You know what I mean? So I get that pressure from society, and I still haven't, like, I still mentally feel like I'm 14, 18. This is something I'm saying, so if anyone can relate in the comments. But for me, the reason why I've never been in a relationship is because I don't feel emotionally mature to be in a relationship, and I'm being so self-aware to say that I'm very selfish, I'm very self-absorbed, I'm very me. I think about me first a lot of the time. It's probably the youngest child syndrome, or whatever it is. So for me to be in a relationship with another person, I know that, like, I will love them, but when I'm thinking about me, I know that I'm gonna put them first. And I know that sounds crazy, but I'm spiraling here, and and okay, I'm kind of getting off track. What I'm trying to say is that I'm a people pleaser, and I know my tendencies, and I just know that I wouldn't be able to find myself in a relationship. And I think that's a lot of the reason why people don't get in relationships or kiss, because they're not ready to. And that's also another factor to it. I mentally feel like I'm 14, and so getting into a relationship, let alone like being vulnerable and showing your body to someone in that way, I could never even do that, even if I was never in a relationship, which I would want to be in a relationship before I even take that step of doing all these firsts with someone. But even if I weren't, I would never be able to feel comfortable enough to do that just casually with someone. So there is that pressure when you're 18, especially in college. All around you, people are experimenting with themselves in that way, being loose, being like, I don't want to say, you know what I mean, like very loose with their bodies. Like, you know, you get the point that I'm trying to make. So a lot of people are doing that, especially guys are experimenting, especially like college, your freshman year. And so it's so hard to fit into that mold. And so I found that you really don't have to, because at the end of the day, there's gonna always be that person who makes you feel bad about being behind in that capacity. And if you are, It's okay, but it doesn't make you less of a woman. It doesn't make you less of an adult, like people like to say. You're going to experience those things. Like, I can find someone, if I wanted to, I can put myself in position to start that. Or there are options. There are always options. So for me, I know myself and I know my self-worth. I don't need to do that. And so I want to put that out to you guys in this video, just to say, like, if you've never been in a relationship, trust me, I haven't. There's millions of other people all in our situation where we feel like we're not ready to be in a relationship with anyone, which is part of the reason why we've never been in a relationship. And part of the appeal of a relationship is because we want to be fitting in with the crowd of people in our generation and our age range who are doing their first with people, or have already done their first with people, or are doing all these things. And so we want to rush and get ahead of that and fit in with all these people. But we don't have to be the mold or the gel. There are so much different ways to live life. That's the beauty of life, is that there's so much different avenues. And so for me, like, I told you, I mentally, like, 13, 12 years old. Like, I probably literally just got my period, and I'm having all these hormones and all these things. Like, that's mentally how I feel. What makes you think that even though I am 18, what makes you think that I would be able to be in a relationship right now? So I think I'm still kind of processing my relationship with men too. Like, I'm kind of scared of guys. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I didn't talk to guys at all in high school. I didn't have any talking stages with guys. I didn't hold hands with guys. I didn't have any guy friends in high school. And coming to college, like, that's very scary. Like, I still can't talk to a guy, to be honest. Like, I can, if he's gay, like, cool, we could have a chat. But even then, like, I'm very wary of men in general because I just don't really get them. And so I make this video to say that you're not alone. And we're all going through it together. Like, I just want someone to know, like, hey, one, we're all feeling this way. And two, I want to know, like, what's your experience with, like, never being in a relationship and you're 18 years old? Because me personally, it has been a struggle because there's society pressuring you that you need to be in a relationship to fit in with your peers, and you see all these people around you, like, what am I doing then? Like, why haven't I kissed someone, or why am I not making out with someone, or why haven't I done these things with my body or with another person, or, you know? So it's like all this noise around you is pressuring you to feel like you have to do something that you don't have to. And I want to know, like, what your experience has been not being in a relationship at all. And tell me in the comments. Like, I don't know, I want to know what your thoughts are. I think, me personally, I'm swearing off men. I'm taking time for myself. I don't need to, again, fit into societal pressures. And I'm not ready to be in a relationship, and that is okay. Even though I think about boys, and I do have my lust moments, when I think about men. Like, there are moments where I'm lusting a little bit, or fangirling, or whatever it is. Like, I have those moments. I was literally almost about to buy a Niall Horton pillow. Like, literally, I was like, that man is so attractive. Sorry, when I think about Niall Horton, don't let me catch an Irishman in sight. Like, it's on sight if I catch it's on sight if I catch an Irishman. Oh my gosh. Irish musician too, an Irish actor, Paul Mescal. Let me stop. Like, oh my god, let me stop. But my point is, again, I'm joking. Again, I could jest like this because it's like, if I were to even meet that man in public, I would be speechless. I'd literally have no personality. I'd be stuttering like a fish. I wouldn't make sense. I just get so nervous around men. So it's like, if you're experiencing that, let me know in the comments. This is my first video, and I'm excited to make more content like this. But let me know, guys. Yeah, I'm done.